All right, so you're getting ready for a rental service representative in trucks interview, and I bet you want to just knock it out of the park.
You do want to knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
And we're here to help you with that. Using RoleCatcher's resources will help you nail those questions.
Yeah, and snag that job.
And snag that job.
Yeah.
It's more than just trucks, though.
Yeah, it's a lot more than just trucks.
We're talking customer interactions.
Oh, yeah, lots of customer interaction.
Contracts, insurance payments.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot to juggle.
A lot to juggle.
So imagine this. You're managing all the equipment rentals, you're tracking the usage periods, and then you have to meticulously document every single detail.
Every single detail.
The transactions, the insurance, you name it.
That's the core of it. This fast-paced role demands stellar customer service skills and organizational superpowers.
You need to be like super organized.
You need to have it all.
Now, RoleCatcher's AI features can be your secret weapon.
Oh, absolutely.
So they actually analyze your resume.
Yeah.
And they score it against job descriptions.
Against all the job descriptions.
And it flags areas for improvement.
It's amazing.
So think of it as a personalized career coach in your pocket.
Exactly. It helps you understand what employers are looking for and how to tailor your resume for maximum impact.
Now there's even a Get Discovered feature where employers can actively search for candidates like you.
Oh, that's a good one.
It takes all the guesswork out of the job hunt.
It does.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Right.
Let's dive into some of those common interview questions.
Okay, sounds good.
First up, what inspired you to apply for this role? It sounds so simple.
It does sound simple, but it's a little bit more to it than meets the eye.
There's a lot more to it.
They're not just looking for a generic answer. They want to understand your motivation, your understanding of the role, and how well you've researched the company.
So how should you approach this one?
Think about what genuinely excites you about this role. Is it the customer interaction? The fast-paced environment? Maybe it's the chance to work with a variety of trucks and equipment. Show them you can handle the demands of the role.
And what about mentioning previous experience, even if it's not directly related to trucks?
Even if it's not directly related, highlight anything relevant. Maybe you've worked in retail, thrived in a fast-paced environment, or volunteered in logistics. It all counts.
I bet weaving in some company-specific details is also key.
Absolutely. Mention something you genuinely admire about the company. Maybe it's their commitment to customer service, their reputation in the industry, or their dedication to safety.
Oh, for sure. It shows you've done your homework.
It does.
The interview guide stresses what not to say. Like, avoid negativity.
Yeah, negativity's not a good look.
Don't say, well, I need a job, any job.
No, nobody wants to hear that.
Right.
It's not about what you're running from, it's about what you're running towards. Frame your answer in a positive light and emphasize what you bring to the table.
Okay, so what if they hit you with a follow-up question like, what do you think are the biggest challenges facing the truck rental industry today?
That's where your industry knowledge comes in. Research trends like the impact of technology, supply chain disruptions, or the rising cost of fuel demonstrate that you're aware of the industry's landscape.
Okay, next question. Can you describe your experience working with customers? This is a classic for a reason.
Absolutely classic. They're digging for evidence of your customer service skills, your communication style, your ability to handle different personalities, and your knack for resolving issues effectively.
So what's the best approach here?
Don't just list previous jobs. Share specific stories. Think of a time when you successfully navigated a tricky situation with a customer.
Like what?
Maybe you calmed down an irate customer who was delayed because of a flat tire.
Oh, I love that example.
Walk them through your thought process.
Yeah.
How you empathized with the customer, what steps you took to resolve the issue, and how you maintained professionalism throughout. Remember, stories are memorable.
They are,
They
yeah.
stick with people.
The guide also cautions against dwelling on negative customer experiences.
Right. Complaining about past customers or employers is a big no-no. Focus on your successes and how you've learned from any challenges.
Okay, so what kind of follow-up questions might they ask?
They might ask, how would you handle a customer who's dissatisfied with the condition of a truck?
Oh, that's a good one.
Or, how do you explain complex rental terms and conditions to a customer in a way that's easy to understand?
Great points. It's all about showing that you can anticipate customer needs and provide top-notch service.
That's the heart of it.
Now, question 3 gets a little bit more personal.
Yep.
How do you handle stressful situations?
Ooh, yeah, this can feel like a pressure cooker question.
It really can.
But they're simply trying to understand how you cope with pressure, especially in a fast-paced environment like truck rentals.
So how do we navigate this one?
Be honest but strategic. Everyone experiences stress. Acknowledge that it's part of any job, but then share specific examples of how you've successfully managed stressful situations.
So like staying calm and focused during a rush hour at a previous job.
Exactly. Or maybe you have a specific technique, like prioritizing tasks, taking short breaks to clear your head, or using breathing exercises to stay centered. The key is to showcase your coping mechanisms.
Speaking of coping mechanisms, RoleCatcher's AI can actually analyze your interview responses and provide personalized feedback.
Oh, wow.
It's like having a virtual coach helping you refine your delivery and content.
It's like having a secret weapon in your back pocket.
You could even practice your answers with their video feature and get feedback on your body language and tone of voice.
That is so cool.
It's like having a mock interview,
Yeah.
but with the power of AI on your side.
Exactly.
Okay, back to the questions. The guide mentions avoiding extremes with this stress question. Like, don't say you never get stressed. That's not believable.
No, it's not believable, and it makes you seem a little bit robotic.
Right.
Saying you're immune to stress can come across as disingenuous. It's more relatable to acknowledge the challenge and demonstrate your ability to manage it effectively.
So what kind of follow-up questions might they ask?
They might ask, can you tell me about a time you had to make a difficult decision under pressure?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It is. Or they might ask, how do you maintain a positive attitude when things get hectic?
Which they always do.
Which they always do.
It's all about showing you can handle the heat
Uh-huh.
and thrive in a demanding environment.
Absolutely.
Okay, question 4. How do you prioritize tasks when you have multiple competing deadlines?
Ooh, this is super relevant to the role.
Super relevant.
Rental service representatives are constantly juggling multiple responsibilities. They need to be organized and efficient,
Yes.
like masters of time management.
So how do you demonstrate that in your answer?
Walk them through your process. Do you use a to-do list?
Could be.
A calendar?
Could be.
Maybe you prioritize tasks based on urgency or importance?
You know, I love the Eisenhower matrix,
Oh, the Eisenhower matrix.
where you divide tasks into urgent, important, not urgent.
Yes, it's a great tool. It helps you focus on what truly matters and avoid getting bogged down by less critical tasks.
Now, the guide cautions against saying you never miss deadlines.
Right, you don't want to say never.
Because you do.
Because everybody does. It's important to be realistic. Everyone misses a deadline occasionally. Instead, focus on how you anticipate potential delays, communicate proactively, and adjust your workflow accordingly.
What kind of follow-up questions might they ask here?
Let's see. They might ask, describe a time you had to adjust your priorities due to unexpected circumstances.
Okay.
Or how would you handle a situation where you have too much on your plate to meet all deadlines?
This next one is a bit of a curveball. Can you tell me about a time when you had to handle a difficult customer?
Ah, yes. The dreaded difficult customer question.
Oh, yeah, they're going to ask this one.
They're always going to ask this one.
They are.
They're trying to assess your conflict resolution skills, your ability to stay calm under pressure, and your commitment to customer satisfaction, even when it's tough.
Even when it's really tough.
Even when you just want to walk away.
So how do we approach this one?
Choose a specific example where you successfully dealt with a difficult customer and focus on the steps you took to understand their perspective, address their concerns, and find a resolution.
So the career guide says clear communication and empathy are key.
Absolutely. Highlight how you actively listened to the customer, acknowledged their frustration, and explained your actions clearly and calmly.
So what should we absolutely avoid saying?
Never blame the customer.
Ever.
And never badmouth previous employers. It's not about pointing fingers. It's about showcasing your problem-solving skills and ability to turn a negative situation into a positive one.
I love that. So what kind of follow-up questions might come up?
They might ask, what's your strategy for diffusing a tense situation with a customer?
Okay.
Or how do you balance company policies with customer satisfaction?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's a tricky balance.
This next question is interesting. How do you stay up to date with industry trends and best practices? Why is this so important for a rental service representative?
Because the truck rental industry is constantly evolving, they want to see that you're a lifelong learner, someone who's passionate about the industry and committed to continuous improvement.
So how should we answer this one?
Share specific examples of how you stay informed. Maybe you subscribe to industry publications,
Like what?
like International Rental News or Heavy Duty Trucking Magazine.
Okay, or maybe you follow industry blogs, listen to podcasts.
All excellent examples.
Yeah.
You can also mention if you're part of any professional organizations like the American Rental Association, or if you attend industry conferences or webinars.
And I bet it's a good idea to mention any relevant courses or certifications that you've completed.
Absolutely. It demonstrates a commitment to professional development.
The guide also recommends showcasing your interest in technological advances.
Yes, technology is key in this industry. Mention how you stay informed about new software, online rental platforms, or telematics systems used for fleet management. It shows you're adaptable and eager to embrace innovation.
Now, what should we avoid saying here?
Don't say that you rely solely on your current employer for industry updates. It suggests a lack of initiative. Showcase your proactive approach to learning.
Okay, what kind of follow-up questions might they ask?
They might ask, what's a recent industry trend that's caught your attention? Or how do you think technology will shape the future of the truck rental industry?
Oh, those are good ones. Now I want to touch on something cool again. RoleCatcher's AI feedback. So imagine getting personalized suggestions for your interview answers.
Oh, wow.
Their AI analyzes your responses and highlights areas for improvement, from content to delivery.
It's like having a personal speech coach guiding you towards interview success.
And you can save your favorite practice questions in a personalized library. Talk about streamlined prep.
It's a fantastic resource for staying organized and focused during your interview preparation.
Okay, let's get back to those interview questions.
Okay.
Question 7 is all about accuracy. How do you ensure accuracy and attention to detail in your work?
This is crucial.
It's crucial.
Because this role involves a lot of paperwork, contracts, invoices, insurance forms.
Lots of paperwork.
Accuracy is paramount to avoid costly mistakes and maintain customer trust.
So how do we nail this answer?
Describe your process for double-checking your work. Do you have a system for reviewing documents? Do you use checklists?
Maybe you color code important information.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Or use proofreading software to catch those sneaky typos.
Exactly. The key is to demonstrate that you have a methodical approach and take pride in producing error-free work.
And the guide reminds us to avoid claiming we never make mistakes.
Right. Everybody makes mistakes.
We do.
Instead, focus on your ability to catch errors, learn from them, and implement safeguards to prevent them from happening again.
What kind of follow-up questions might they ask?
They might ask, can you describe a time you caught a critical error before it became a problem?
Oh, sure.
Or how do you handle a situation where you've made a mistake?
Now, question 8 gets into teamwork. Can you discuss a time when you had to work collaboratively with others to achieve a goal?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It does. Why is teamwork so important in this role?
Because rental service representatives don't work in isolation. They collaborate with colleagues, mechanics, dispatchers, and customers to ensure a smooth rental process.
So how should you answer this question?
Choose a specific example that highlights your teamwork skills. It could be a project at a previous job, a volunteer experience, or even a team sport. Explain your role in the collaboration, the challenges you faced, and how you communicated effectively to achieve a common goal.
The career guide mentions networking opportunities are crucial for career advancement.
Oh, absolutely. Attending industry events, joining professional organizations, or connecting with people on LinkedIn can open doors to new opportunities and expand your knowledge base.
Okay, so what should we avoid saying?
Don't take sole credit for a team accomplishment. Acknowledge the contributions of others and highlight what you learned from working together.
What kind of follow-up questions might they ask about teamwork?
They might ask, how would you handle a conflict within a team?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Or, what's your preferred style of communication when working in a group?
And now for question 9. Can you describe a time when you had to adapt to a new process or system? Why is adaptability so important, especially in today's rapidly changing world?
Because they want to see that you're open to learning new things, resilient in the face of change, and able to adapt quickly to new situations.
So how should we approach this one?
Think of a time when you had to adjust to a new way of doing things. Maybe it was a new software program, a change in company policy, or even a shift in market trends.
The career guide mentions that the truck rental industry is increasingly reliant on technology.
It is.
Maybe you had to learn a new rental management system.
Perfect example. Explain how you approached the steps you took to learn the new system and the challenges you overcame.
And of course, we want to stay positive, right?
Absolutely. Don't express resistance to change or dwell on negative feelings. Focus on your ability to adapt, your willingness to learn, and your positive attitude toward new challenges.
What kind of follow-up questions might they ask?
They might ask, how do you typically approach learning new things?
Okay.
Or what's your strategy for staying ahead of the curve in a rapidly changing industry?
Great questions.
Yeah.
Now, before we wrap up part 1 of this deep dive, I want to circle back to RoleCatcher's AI features.
Oh, yes. Their Interview Guide's advanced preparation document highlights some amazing tools.
So it's not just about finding jobs, it's about acing those interviews.
Exactly.
So RoleCatcher lets you create a personalized library of practice questions, get AI-powered feedback on your answers, and even practice your responses through video.
It's like having a virtual mock interview, but with personalized insights.
Yes, and the AI analyzes your responses and offers suggestions for improvement from content to delivery.
That is so cool.
That's it for part 1 of our deep dive into prepping for your rental service representative in trucks interview.
We've covered a lot of ground,
We have.
but there's more to come. In part 2, we'll continue our discussion of common interview questions and explore even more career insights that will give you an edge.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back after the break.
Welcome back to our deep dive into prepping for your rental service representative in trucks interview.
We're ready to tackle more of those tough interview questions and arm you with career insights that will help you stand out from the crowd.
Absolutely. Let's jump right in.
Okay, question 10. What types of trucks are you familiar with, and what are their specific uses? This is where your research really pays off.
It does. You've got to show them you understand the different types of trucks and how they're used across various industries.
Exactly. Be prepared to discuss common truck types like box trucks,
Okay.
flatbeds,
Ah.
dump trucks,
Yeah.
and semi-trailer trucks.
Those are the big ones.
And don't just rattle off names. Explain their specific uses. For instance, you might say, a box truck is ideal for moving furniture or delivering packages, while a dump truck is essential for construction projects.
Right. Different trucks for different jobs.
Exactly. And tailor your answer to the company's fleet. If they specialize in refrigerated trucks, highlight your knowledge in that area.
Oh, that's a good tip. So the avoid section cautions against being too general.
Yeah, you don't want to just say, I know all about trucks.
Right, because you don't know all about trucks.
You got to get specific.
Get specific.
Show them you understand the nuances of each truck type and its applications.
Okay. What kind of follow-up questions might they ask?
They might dig deeper into your knowledge by asking, what are the key considerations when choosing a truck for a specific job?
Okay.
Or can you describe the safety features of a particular truck type?
Okay, so you really got to know your stuff. Now let's shift gears to question 11. How would you convince a customer to choose our rental services over a competitor's? This one's all about salesmanship.
It is. It's your chance to showcase your persuasive communication skills and your understanding of the company's unique value proposition.
Right, what makes them stand out?
Yeah.
The career guide mentions the value of building customer relationships.
Absolutely. It's not just about closing a deal. It's about building trust, understanding their needs, and offering solutions that exceed their expectations.
So how do we tackle this question?
Focus on what sets this company apart. Do they have a wider selection of trucks? More competitive rates? Better customer service? Maybe they offer flexible rental terms or 24/7 roadside assistance?
All good points.
You could even use a real-world example like, I understand that price is a factor, but our customers appreciate the peace of mind that comes with our newer trucks, rigorous maintenance standards, and comprehensive insurance coverage.
Oh, I like that.
It's about highlighting the value they're getting for their money.
Yeah, because they're not just paying for a truck, they're paying for peace of mind.
Yeah.
And of course, we want to avoid bad-mouthing the competition.
Right. Focus on the strengths and unique benefits of the company you're interviewing with.
Okay, what kind of follow-up questions could they ask about this?
They might challenge you with scenarios like, how would you handle a customer who's price sensitive? Or, what's your strategy for building rapport with a new customer?
Okay, question 12 dives into a crucial aspect of the job. What are the most important safety considerations when operating a truck?
This is a big one. The interviewer wants to see that you prioritize safety and understand the risks involved in operating large vehicles.
Safety first.
Always.
So what are some key points to hit?
Start with the fundamentals. Pre-trip inspections, proper load securement, adhering to speed limits, defensive driving techniques, maintaining a safe following distance, being aware of blind spots. It's all about demonstrating a commitment to safety.
Lots to remember. And let's not forget fatigue management. Truck drivers need to be well-rested and alert to prevent accidents.
Absolutely. And it's crucial to understand the vehicle's limitations. Different trucks have different weight capacities, turning radiuses, and braking distances. It's about operating the vehicle safely and responsibly.
The guide emphasizes knowing those limitations, like don't try to squeeze a semi-trailer truck down a narrow alleyway.
Right. Use common sense and operate the vehicle within its safe parameters.
What kind of follow-up questions might they have about safety?
They could ask about handling specific situations, such as, what would you do if you encountered a mechanical problem while driving?
Oh, that's a good one.
Or how would you respond to a customer who's not following safety guidelines?
Okay, so let's step back for a moment and weave in some career insights from the career guide. It mentions that advancement opportunities often involve specializing in a particular type of equipment.
That's a great point. If you're passionate about a specific type of truck, like heavy-duty construction vehicles or specialized hauling equipment, consider pursuing certifications or training in that area.
So like become an expert.
Become an expert. It can give you a competitive edge.
And don't underestimate the power of continuous learning. The industry is constantly evolving, so staying up to date on trends, technologies, and safety regulations is crucial for career growth.
Absolutely. It shows initiative and dedication to professional development.
Okay, back to those questions. Question 13 focuses on your interpersonal skills. Describe a time you had to resolve a conflict between two colleagues.
Ooh, this one's all about demonstrating your ability to mediate disagreements and maintain a positive work environment. It's essential for a role that involves so much collaboration.
Right, because you're going to be working with a lot of different people.
All the time.
So how should we approach this question?
Think of a specific example where you successfully navigated a conflict between colleagues. Explain the nature of the conflict, the perspectives of each person, and the steps you took to facilitate a resolution.
The career guide emphasizes the importance of communication and active listening in these situations.
Absolutely. Highlight how you listened to each person's concerns, help them find common ground, and encouraged a respectful dialogue.
And what should we avoid saying?
Don't take sides or assign blame. It's about finding a solution that works for everyone involved.
So be Switzerland.
Be Switzerland. Neutral.
Okay, what kind of follow-up questions might they have about conflict resolution?
They might ask, what's your approach to dealing with difficult personalities?
Okay.
Or how would you create a more collaborative work environment?
Let's move on to question 14. How do you handle confidential customer information? This is a critical aspect of the job, especially with data privacy being such a hot topic these days.
Absolutely. Rental companies handle sensitive customer data, including driver's licenses, credit card information, and business contracts. Maintaining confidentiality is crucial for building trust and protecting both the customer and the company.
So how should we answer this one?
Emphasize your understanding of data privacy and security protocols. Mention any experience you have with handling sensitive information and highlight your commitment to following company policies and legal regulations.
The career guide mentions that technology is becoming increasingly important in this career, with many companies using software to manage rentals, track equipment, and automate billing.
Right. You could also discuss your familiarity with data encryption, password protection, and other security measures used to safeguard customer information.
And it goes without saying that we should avoid downplaying the importance of confidentiality.
Absolutely. Never suggest that you shared sensitive information inappropriately. It's essential to demonstrate that you take data security seriously.
What kind of follow-up questions might they ask about confidentiality?
They could get specific, asking, what steps would you take to ensure the security of customer data on a computer system?
Oh, that's getting technical.
It is. Or, how would you respond to a colleague who's not handling confidential information properly?
Now, the career guide highlights another interesting career path. It mentions that growth opportunities often involve moving into managerial positions.
That's a common trajectory. If you're interested in leadership roles, highlight your experiences in training new employees, mentoring colleagues, or taking initiative on projects.
The guide also suggests creating a portfolio showcasing successful rental transactions, customer satisfaction stories, and any relevant projects or initiatives undertaken to improve rental service processes.
It's a great way to demonstrate your accomplishments and stand out from the competition. You're not just telling them you're capable, you're showing them.
I love that. Okay, back to the interview questions. Question 15 is about going the extra mile. Can you tell me about a time you had to go above and beyond for a customer?
This is a chance to shine. Share a specific example where you exceeded customer expectations, showcasing your dedication to customer service and problem-solving skills.
So, like what? Give me an
Well,
example.
maybe you helped a customer find a last-minute rental, stayed late to complete a transaction, or went out of your way to deliver a truck to a remote location.
Wow, those are some serious above and beyond moments.
They are. Remember to highlight how you remained calm and professional, especially if the situation was stressful. The career guide emphasizes the importance of handling those tough moments with grace.
Because you never know what kind of crazy situations you're going to encounter. And what should we avoid saying when discussing this?
Don't exaggerate or embellish your story. Be authentic and genuine.
Keep it real. What kind of follow-up questions might they ask about going above and beyond?
They might ask, what motivates you to go above and beyond for customers? Or how do you balance exceeding customer expectations with company policies and procedures?
Question 16 taps into your industry knowledge. What are some current trends in the truck rental market?
This is where you demonstrate your awareness of the industry's landscape and your ability to think critically about its future.
So how do we prepare for this one?
Research industry trends like the rise of online rental platforms, the growing demand for electric trucks, or the impact of supply chain disruptions. Consider how these trends might affect the truck rental business.
The career guide points out that the employment outlook for this career is positive, with demand for equipment rentals continuing to increase. It's a growing field with opportunities for advancement.
That's encouraging news for anyone considering this career path. It's a stable industry with room for growth.
Now, what should we avoid saying when discussing industry trends?
Don't just regurgitate facts and figures. Offer your insights and analysis. Explain why you think these trends are significant and how they might shape the future of the industry.
So show them you can think critically.
Yeah.
What kind of follow-up questions might they ask about industry trends?
They might ask, what are the potential challenges and opportunities presented by these trends? Or, how do you think the truck rental industry will adapt to these changes?
Now let's take another pause for a career tip from the career guide. It suggests creating a portfolio showcasing successful rental transactions, customer satisfaction stories, and any relevant projects to improve the customer experience.
That's a fantastic idea. It provides concrete evidence of your skills and accomplishments. You're not just telling them, you're showing them.
Exactly. It demonstrates initiative and a commitment to excellence. Okay, back to those questions. Question 17 focuses on your communication skills. How would you explain a complex rental agreement to a customer who's not familiar with industry jargon?
This question assesses your ability to communicate clearly and concisely in a way that anyone can understand. It's about breaking down complex information and making it accessible.
So how do we nail this one?
Focus on using plain language, avoiding technical jargon, and providing real-world examples to illustrate your points. Imagine you're explaining it to a friend who's never rented a truck before.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, and remember the importance of active listening, as emphasized in the career guide. Make sure you're addressing the customer's questions and concerns and checking for understanding along the way.
Because you don't want to lose them in the details.
Right. It's about being patient and ensuring the customer feels informed and empowered.
Now, what should we avoid doing when explaining complex agreements?
Never talk down to the customer or make them feel foolish for not understanding industry terms. Your goal is to educate and empower them, not intimidate them.
Be a teacher, not a lecturer. What kind of follow-up questions might they ask about this?
They might ask, what's your strategy for ensuring that customers fully understand the terms of their rental agreement? Or, how would you handle a customer who's disputing a charge because they didn't understand the terms?
Okay, let's move on to question 18. How would you upsell a customer to a larger truck or additional rental services? This one's about salesmanship again.
It is. They want to see if you can identify customer needs, recommend appropriate solutions, and generate additional revenue for the company. But remember, it's not about being pushy. It's about being helpful.
Right, because nobody likes a pushy salesperson.
Nobody. The career guide highlights the importance of providing excellent customer service, even when upselling.
So it's about building a relationship.
It is. Upselling shouldn't feel aggressive. It's about offering helpful suggestions and demonstrating how additional services can benefit the customer.
So how do we approach this question?
Focus on understanding the customer's needs and offering value-added solutions. For example, If a customer is renting a truck to move, you might suggest adding a furniture dolly or tacking supplies. It makes their life easier and boosts the company's revenue.
It's a win-win. What should we avoid doing when upselling?
Never mislead the customer or pressure them into something they can't afford or don't need. Focus on building trust and maintaining a long-term relationship.
Okay, what kind of follow-up questions might they ask about upselling?
They might ask, what's your approach to identifying a customer's needs? Or, how do you balance upselling with providing genuine customer service?
Now, before we jump into the final part of our deep dive, I want to remind everyone about RoleCatcher's amazing AI features.
Right. Their platform offers a personalized library of practice questions, AI-powered feedback on your answers, and even video practice to help you refine your delivery. It's like having a virtual interview coach in your pocket.
It's a game changer for anyone preparing for a job interview.
Absolutely. It takes the guesswork out of interview prep and allows you to focus on showcasing your skills and personality.
Okay, that's it for part 2 of our deep dive into prepping for your rental service representative in trucks interview. We've tackled even more challenging questions and armed you with career insights that will help you shine.
In part 3, we'll wrap things up with the final set of interview questions and leave you with some actionable tips to make a lasting impression and land that job.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We're wrapping up our 3-part special on acing that rental service representative in trucks interview.
In this final part, we'll cover some more challenging questions and leave you with some actionable tips to make a lasting impression.
Sounds good. Let's jump right into question 19. How would you respond to a customer who says our rental rates are too high?
Yes, the dreaded price objection.
Oh yeah, it's a classic.
It's a classic sales scenario. The interviewer wants to see if you can handle objections calmly, confidently, and persuasively.
Calmly is key.
Calmly is key. You don't want to get flustered.
So how do we tackle this one?
First, acknowledge the customer's concern.
Okay.
Don't dismiss it or get defensive.
Right.
The career guide emphasizes the importance of understanding customer needs.
Absolutely.
So ask questions to clarify their concerns. Are they comparing rates to a specific competitor? Are they working with a tight budget?
Good questions.
Once you understand their perspective, you can tailor your response.
Okay, so what are some effective strategies for addressing price concerns?
You could highlight the value proposition. Instead of simply saying, we offer newer trucks, you could say, I understand our rates might seem higher, but that's because we offer newer trucks with advanced safety features and 24/7 roadside assistance, ensuring peace of mind for our customers.
Oh, I like that.
You're not just stating a fact, you're connecting it to a tangible benefit for the customer.
Right, you're giving them a reason.
You're giving them a reason to choose you.
You could also emphasize the benefits of renting from a reputable company with a proven track record.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe mention any awards or recognitions the company has received for customer service or safety.
Show off those accolades.
Show them you're the best.
Now, what should we avoid saying?
Don't badmouth the competition or make false promises. Focus on providing accurate information and highlighting the unique advantages of renting from your company.
Keep it honest.
Keep it honest.
What kind of follow-up questions might they ask?
They might ask, what's your strategy for negotiating rental rates? Or how would you handle a customer who's insistent on a lower price?
Okay, question 20. Describe a time you had to manage multiple tasks simultaneously. How did you stay organized and prioritize your workload?
This is key because rental service representatives wear many hats.
They do. They're juggling customer interactions, paperwork, phone call scheduling, and more.
Exactly. The interviewer wants to see that you can handle the hustle and bustle of this fast-paced role.
So how should you answer this one?
Choose a specific example that showcases your organizational skills and your ability to prioritize effectively. Explain the different tasks you were managing, the deadlines you were facing, and the strategies you used to stay on top of everything.
Like maybe using a to-do list, a color-coded calendar, or a project management tool.
Those are all great examples. You can also mention techniques you use to stay focused, like breaking down large tasks into smaller chunks, setting realistic deadlines, or minimizing distractions.
I like that. And the avoid section cautions against claiming to be a perfect multitasker.
Right. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody is.
It's more relatable to acknowledge that multitasking can be challenging and explain how you mitigate those challenges through effective strategies. For instance, you could say, I've learned that multitasking is most effective when I prioritize tasks based on urgency and importance. I also make sure to schedule regular breaks to avoid burnout.
That's a great tip. What kind of follow-up questions might they ask?
They might ask, what's your strategy for dealing with unexpected interruptions? Or how do you ensure that all tasks are completed accurately and on time?
Okay, now for the big one. Question 21. Why should we hire you for this role? This is your closing argument.
It is. This is your chance to summarize your qualifications, reiterate your enthusiasm, and leave a lasting impression.
So how do we approach this one?
Think of it as a 30-second elevator pitch. Highlight your key skills and experiences that align with the job requirements. Mention specific achievements or accomplishments that demonstrate your capabilities.
Don't just tell them, show them.
Exactly. Don't just say, I'm a hard worker. Give them concrete examples like, in my previous role, I consistently exceeded customer satisfaction goals by 15%.
That's impressive.
It is. It's about showing, not just telling.
And the career guide emphasizes the importance of tailoring your answers to the company's needs.
Absolutely. Research the company's culture and values. Mention anything that resonates with you and explain how your values align with theirs. For example, if the company prioritizes customer service, you could say, I'm passionate about providing exceptional customer service and going the extra mile to ensure customer satisfaction. I believe that aligns perfectly with your company's values.
And don't forget to express your enthusiasm for the role and the company.
Of course, genuine passion is contagious. Let them know you're excited about the opportunity to contribute to their team.
What about things to avoid saying?
Don't just repeat what's on your resume. Offer insights, connect the dots, and explain how your unique combination of skills and experiences makes you the ideal candidate.
Okay, any potential follow-up questions?
They might ask, what are your salary expectations? Or when are you available to start?
So we've covered a lot of ground in this three-part series, and I hope you're feeling more confident and prepared to tackle that rental service representative in trucks interview.
Me too. Remember, preparation is key. Utilize the resources we've discussed, practice your answers, and believe in yourself. You got this.
And don't forget about RoleCatcher. Their AI features can give you a real advantage from tailoring your resume to practicing your interview responses.
It's like having a personal career coach right in your pocket.
And that wraps up this episode of The Deep Dive. We've explored the ins and outs of preparing for a rental service representative in trucks interview, and we're confident that you're now equipped to ace it. Remember, preparation is key. So go out there, research those companies, practice your answers, and showcase your passion for the industry. And don't forget to leverage those amazing AI tools from RoleCatcher to give you that extra edge. Good luck. Good luck.